All right, guys, here's the plan. So, part 3, cleaned it up. I don't see any cuts all the way through this casing, even though there's some deep scratches. I polished it up, and I'm going to hit it with some brake clean and spray it. We're going to run this power steering pump. Okay, here's the next step into always figuring out your fittings, okay? This is the return line on the power steering box. Take a look at this. Interrogate the end of it, okay? And this is what they're sending us back. A brass ferrule. Okay, if you line this up, you put this here. Oh, my hand. That's how she's supposed to sit on there. Okay? We're basically rebuilding or mimicking the factory steel line with the rubber O-ring. My question is, do we need to slide this rubber O-ring over the brass, or is the brass good enough? Like these are other like ferrule type fittings. I just happened to see it sitting here. You don't need rubber typically when you're using the brass. So this flips around and sits on the top of this. And then this comes in and clamps it down into the housing. Like in here, let's do a simulation here. Like this guy, we're going to go, boop, put this in here. Okay. I don't think that's going to work. Right? Because it's too far up. In order to thread this deal in, you know what I'm saying here? What are you thinking? Like, that probably has to get crushed into it, never to return. Because once it's in there, right? So, or, there's a little void in there, little shelf. It looks like that wants to sit down in there. And then does this convert the factory rubber O-ring with the flat? Like there's no tapered end on this. It's just a flat and a smash in. And that would just kind of click in there and screw in. Obviously, this is not the same fitting. This is the same fitting, but it's on a different end. So when I pulled this out of the power steering box, it just pulled out. I'll show you where it came from. Make sure you keep these fittings clean. I'm greasing them up. So down in there, we're going to have to call Jags. I'm sure somebody knows something around here. But for me, these are not going to get down deep because the diameter of this part is too fat to fit down in there. You would think it'd be slimmer. Slim shimmy. See how thin this is compared to this side, this upside. Here's a good way to show you. I have a caliper here too we could talk with. It looks like it wants to go. You can't see it. It looks like it would want to work out. Maybe it'll work out. Maybe it's just a matter of cranking it in there. So we're going to call Jags, find out what they got to say. And then we'll get some brake clean from the store, and tomorrow we'll spray paint this up, and we'll hang it. If I need to buy another fitting or whatnot, I don't think so. I think this is a GM power steering line replacement kit, and I'm guessing these are for them. Is this one a little smaller diameter? Let's see. Is there a fat one and a smaller one? Nope. They look like they're all the same size. Thanks for watching. I'll let you know what happens.